Y'all gotta stop dating these men that's in their 40s, like 40, hitting like 45 range. They gonna freak you, feed you, and send you home with a to-go bag and some M&Ms for their grandkids that they bought for their grandkids. Good day, y'all.
Every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years and I don't even know if this is
It's something going on with the men in their 40s right now. It is something going on with the men in their 40s right now. I'm trying to figure out what they mamas was eating and drinking when they was pregnant with them, because all of them niggas is out here looking good. Skin clear as hell. Bodies look great. Something was in the water when they mama made them, because them fools is out here looking great. And every time I come across one and I ask them, how old are you? After they ask me how old I am, they'll be like, oh, I'm 42. I just turned 41. One told me the other day, I'm 46. What? Them niggas out here looking like they in their 20s and 30s for real. Out here looking like they in their 20s and 30s. They got great teeth. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see what they mama made for real. They looking good.
Popular opinion, being a man has to be one of the most difficult things in this world, because when I hear some of the requests that women have and how they can contradict themselves, I get confused. It's like, I don't need you to be too sensitive, but how dare you not share your feelings and your emotions with me? I need you to be a good leader, but understand that I won't be following you and I won't be listening to you, and you can't lead me anywhere. But be a good leader. Be strong and show a level of vulnerability, but not too much, because then strength and vulnerability cannot coexist together, because now I'm going to think that you weak. I want you to be truthful and honest, but not too truthful to where you telling me the truth about me, and now I got to feel some type of way towards you, because you're supposed to be on my side at all points and times. Read my mind, but don't you dare assume that you know what I'm thinking. Meet my needs, even though I'm not going to tell you what my needs are all the time, but I expect for you to just know somehow. Be financially stable, but make sure you have a whole bunch of time, even though it takes time to make money. Now, when you hear some of these requests out loud and you see how they contradict themselves, don't it sound silly? And wouldn't you be just as confused as he is? Unpopular opinion.
A man can have multiple wives. To all of you religious women out there that normally don't even have a husband, I'm talking to you. The Bible says a man can have multiple wives. The problem is you just don't know how to read. That's the problem. When you look at society, we have women that have 1,000 kids by 1,000 different men. Do anybody complain about that? Do anybody teach women to keep their legs closed? No. Are women getting married as virgins? No. They're sleeping around with everybody. But nobody has a problem with that. But the minute a man talks about polygyny, all of a sudden women want to say one wife. No. When the Bible talks about one wife, it is the writer giving suggestions to men that want the office of a bishop. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife. If men in that society had one wife, the writer would have no need to tell them you need to have one wife. And when you study the context, it's talking at least one wife. To all of you ladies that are unlearned, it's not saying that a man is supposed to only have one wife. It's saying that a man have to have at least one wife. Why? How can a man guide the church if he can't even take care of his home? The reason why I have to make this very clear, because a lot of times we have ladies that normally don't have a husband, but they are normally always complaining about these issues when they don't even have a husband. The problem with Dow is not polygyny. The problem is that he took another man's wife. That's the problem. He took another man's wife, made that woman his wife, and he think everything is good. That's the problem. Do you understand now?
I agree is that they don't like what's being said. They don't like how it makes them feel. They don't like how women look. But you're the only one with the blinders on. Everyone sees you. Men deal with women in the ways that men deal with women because of how women are. And I'm not talking about poor behaviors and abuse, because many of you exaggerate things, right? And you take the extreme. I'm talking about sane, logical men operate with women in the ways that they do because men know women. Men been studying us since they realized that they like and are attracted to females. Right? A lot of you don't even really know how men view you. Men are brutal. Men are judgmental. Men tell each other things and would never let it get it within earshot of women because they know you can't handle it. Women don't want to hear anything about themselves. Women want to be viewed as perfect, and if they're not, it's because someone else taught them how to be this way.
I'm talking about men and I'm talking about women, because we're all suffering. We're all suffering. If the woman is out of order and rebellious and out here doing craziness, you guys ain't going to be able to secure a helpmeet. You ain't going to be able to secure a quality woman because they're crazy. So we all suffer. We're all suffering right now. Women don't want to listen to nothing, because if you try to teach them, they say, oh, I don't believe that. I keep telling these women over and over to get with a righteous man. These women don't want a righteous man. They want Satan. They want the devil, bro. I tell sisters all the time, gravitate towards the righteous man and connect. These women are not even doing that. They just playing this game. I don't know what kind of game they playing. That's satanic. You see a brother that is righteous and quality, you go to that brother and you make it known. And you build. What are you waiting on? A burning bush to appear in your room? How many times are you going to get into relationships with sorry men that just want to smash and dash, when you could get with a man that is about family and purpose? But no, you don't want that. You know why? Because you want a man making 6 figures. You want a man with a big house. Brothers, I can't tell you how many women I've come across that if I don't have certain things, these women look at me some type of way. I'm serious, bro.
This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Who's a brother with his 7 wives, and he has a lot of children as well. I can't remember how many children he had in the video, but he shows his wives and he talks about how nobody is in competition. There's no beef in the household. Everybody's getting along just right. And some of the responses that I seen were just absolutely incredible. I see some real incredible responses. And the caption that I placed on that particular post was, if this is not a beautiful sight to behold, then you're not of the truth. You're anti-life. If this is not something beautiful to see, all these women not competing against each other, no jealousy, no strife, they all working together in the kitchen to get food prepared for the children. If this is something that doesn't look beautiful to you in this modern society where women are always in competition with each other, where there's absolutely no sisterhood among women, and you see all these beautiful children being raised, if this is not beautiful to you, at least to look at, then you're not in the truth. Some of the comments were phenomenal, man. It was so many people that, it was a lot of women in particular that just was like, no, I'm not sharing no man. This is what they say. I'm not sharing a man. Listen, 90% of women who say they ain't sharing a man are sharing a man.
What up, family? How's everybody doing today? Blessed, highly favored and love, right? What's the goal for the day, y'all? What's the goal every day? Man, get some. What's this about? Can I get a picture with you?
You want a picture with, like a picture of me or a picture with me? With me? Yeah.
I love it. Get in there, girl. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. Everybody to smile, make sure you smile, y'all. Big facts. Man, oh man, oh man. I keep trying to tell y'all, you gotta elevate your mind. It's called polygyny. I know, ladies, y'all don't want to hear it. What? I'm not comfortable with a man having another wife or a concubine. Guess what, ladies? You're already sharing a man. Y'all got to get to this understanding, and y'all got to get there quickly, or you're going to be alone. It's up to you. But you see clearly what's happening nowadays that I'm hearing in the streets is men are going on dates with multiple women. They even had a little dating get together, right? And hardly no men showed up. 90 women and like 10 men. Y'all do the math.
Actually, really don't want to do this. Really don't. Like, everything in me wants to turn around and go home.
You know when like your hair just didn't turn out how you wanted it to, and parking was hard, and you're breaking out, and you're just kind of trying to find any reason you possibly can to go home? That's me right now. That's a walk in here. I need to fix my attitude. Men act like the prize simply because we outnumber them. We outnumber them, like truly. Like in there was like 75 women and 10 men. 10. I have so much to tell you. I lasted 17 minutes in there. Worst and only dating event I've ever been to. Men act like the prize simply because we outnumber them. Men act like the prize simply because we outnumber them.
It don't make sense to me. Women always talking about, yeah, we outnumber men. Think about what you just said. Women are in need of a man. There comes desperate times where there's desperate needs to be met. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math. If there's only one man and 10 women, they're gonna want that one man. And you're gonna have to share. If you don't want to share, then you're selfish. And then if you're selfish, well then you're not working with the Most High. You don't have no connections with him. Because all of y'all are already against him because your mama already taught you monogamy. Your dad probably taught you that too. Because he's probably the simp.
I'm sending $300 right now. Just because, though. I know you see her out there handling business, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of men, I don't want a woman that leeches off a dude, but you see it's a lot of women that holding shit down for real. They taking care of their responsibilities. They keeping their maintenance up on themselves. For a fact, those women that probably really deserve somebody that look out for them. So send it to them just because. I see you. And just put just because in the, I'm trying to tell you, I'm giving you game.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you. And this is why I believe in the death penalty. But check this out. Notice something about this fella. He's wearing color contact lenses like a broad. He's wearing makeup. Yes, indeed, we're in an era where men wear makeup. If you look at his beard, he has a fake beard. Looks like somebody took a Sharpie marker and colored it in for him. He has the elaborate hairstyle like a broad. He's wearing earrings, which we know, if we're being honest, this was for women. And he's wearing a bunch of jewelry. Not to say I won't throw a little bit on every now and then, but this is the effeminate male. This is the guy that chicks end up with because he pays them, when in actual fact, they say they want a real man or a masculine man. Well, these chicks are so high testosterone that you can't have two men in the relationship, so they end up with this effeminate guy. This is the kind of guy that can't have a woman unless he has money, because he himself has no real value. Tap in with bosses.
He's not the man in the relationship. But again, a lot of y'all don't want to hear it. Criticize your fifis, your emotions, the devil, and use your logical sense. You're Christ conscious. It makes total sense. I keep trying to tell y'all, you got to understand the Bible, for one. If it's talking about who we are, it's clearly telling you that a man is polygynous by nature. You see it all over the animal kingdom. They know what to do without being told. Think about that, y'all.
I predict that it's going to be polygyny and polygamy is actually going to be as normalized as OnlyFans in the next 15 years.
I agree. Two ways, though.
And the reason why I say all these men can't be simps is because there's too many women complaining about where's the good men. If we're all projecting out, then in 2030, a huge percentage of women are going to be childless and single. Mm-hmm. And a lot of men is a male loneliness epidemic. Then a lot of people actually aren't getting married or staying married. So my view is that actually all these women are not going to stay single for the rest of their lives. They're actually going to start sharing. What you think?
I agree, but they'll share until they get married. Like I think
no. I think I'm talking about openly.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta, Georgia, 2 years ago, a friend of ours, she had a little house get together for her birthday, and a girlfriend of hers that was living and staying in Atlanta had flown up. And she was telling us that the dating market was so lopsided because so many of the men down there were gay or bi that the ratio of men was anywhere between 5 to 1 to 7 to 1 in terms of women to straight men. So she was saying there were men who were going out on dates with 3 women.
That's awesome.
Right now in Atlanta, there's men going out on dates with multiple women. Normal. So they're not going to wait for marriage. They're going to go. Many of them are going to go. If you get to 35 to 40 in this culture, where everything's on social media and everybody wants to show that they got the ring and everybody wants to show a certain lifestyle, you're either going to settle for a guy you really didn't want, you're going to stay single, or you may potentially be girlfriend number 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah. So I agree with you, but they do that in their 20s. Like Dan Bilzerian, they all follow all his ex-girlfriends and they're all married now, but they were sharing Dan Bilzerian in their 20s. Oh yeah. They're on the jets.
I can't.
Yeah. And so women are, but this idea that women will be happy with the alpha guy, like I do alpha beta. I hate the terms. I just can't think of a better, term.
And then until you told something, the opposite, you're going to get caught into your emotions, the devil. And you're going to break up your household because of this. They know that. But you got to have logical sense to go, you know what? This is my life, and I'm not worried about what other people think. Can you do that? It's all part of the growth, y'all. All part of the growth. I had to teach my lady this. Get her to this understanding. Now she looked back at her life, and yeah, a lot of things could have been changed because she wasn't at this understanding. I keep saying this. It's all about frequency, y'all. And if you're not on the same frequency or a higher frequency, then you're not elevating your mind. Therefore, you're not resurrecting at all. You're going to always be where you at. Right where the devil wants you. You're not living, which is evil backwards. Working for the devil. Living. And it says it right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is what I'm saying when I get signs. I'm talking about living and exactly see the word. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. It's gonna be a time where there's gonna be women cleansing to a man, multiple women. Y'all need to deal with a righteous man.
In 2 miles, take exit 16 to merge onto Emmett F. Lowry Expressway towards Texas City.
Goddamn, okay. A righteous man, a man that understands to overstand himself, that uses his logical sense and not his flesh, his emotions, to dictate his life. He knows how to be a leader. He can guide you and teach you. These are all the things you need to be looking for that's in a man. Is he responsible? Consistent? All of this. It plays its part. But if y'all just looking for what you see in a man, you're going to fall short. If you're going to go by what you was taught, you're going to fall short. Mommy didn't teach you right. I promise you. And daddy damn sure ain't probably teach you right either, because he probably wasn't even there. This is how it goes. And y'all ladies don't want to be told nothing. Y'all get hard-headed. Y'all got to get over this. Pronto.
So those of you that know me know that I pretty much gave up on my marriage. And I said I was done. And I even kind of stepped out and ventured out into talking to other people and all this. And the cliche is the grass greener? Man, it is not. Can I just tell you that I feel like in general social media has ruined dating. For the simple fact that if I do something that you disapprove of or that hurts your feelings or you don't like, there's probably 10 other women in your inbox waiting to be spoken to. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to reach out because you're angry, upset, bored, don't feel worthy, respected, all those things. And so for me, it's just, I almost want to get off of social media just so my husband doesn't have to worry about things like that. But, just know this, that I will be staying put. And I will be fighting for what I promised to God. Because, there ain't nothing out there. There's just not. I mean, stay home, stay where you're at, make your family work.
How can a man lead you if you want a leader?
Go past this exit, then take exit 16 to merge onto Emmett F. Lowry Expressway towards Texas City.
But then you don't want to be told anything.
In the Bible, that the reason why I need to submit to my husband's leadership is because the enemy is going to come after me due to my emotions. Because a more emotional being is more easy to manipulate. So just remember, every time you say, I don't need a man, in a passive-aggressive tone, that's exactly what the enemy wants. Not only does he want a division between man and woman, where we see each other as enemies, but he also wants you to be alone like Eve was in the garden, because he can easily manipulate you. The way he's manipulating you is by getting you to create this perception that you don't need a man, but you should open your legs to one. And every time you do that, you put yourself at risk for your child to grow up in a fatherless home. And statistics already give us a plethora of reasons why we need the fathers in the home. And lastly, I think that when you have the mindset of I don't need a man, you're also essentially shutting your ears off to ever listening to one. Ever getting insight or perspective or wisdom from a God-fearing man. And Lord knows that the enemy fears you following a God-fearing man and being under his headship and his leadership.
I love a man that don't play about his relationship, that sets boundaries and rules for his relationship. Yes, I do. I love it. Don't be coming up in here at 4 o'clock in the morning. I love it. Bitch, I can't stay out that late because he's not with all of that, and you know that. Like, I love it. What? Don't be going outside half naked. You're a representation of me. Yes, I am, baby. I'm sorry. Let me go change real fast. I love that shit. I love a man that's just a man. Like, you just a man of the house. Like, everybody that walks in through this bitch got respect for you. Down to the fucking cat. Like, damn. And one thing that y'all cannot do, and I don't want y'all to do, is confuse a controlling man with a man that is strict and sets the tone. Because those are two totally different things. Because a man could be strict in his relationship and not be controlling. It's just certain things that he's not okay with. And as a man, he wants you to respect that. And as you being his woman, you should respect that. Because if you can't respect the person that you're with and their boundaries, then you should be single. Real shit. Not me, baby. Set boundaries, set rules, and watch me respect the shit out of you. As long as you're treating me right and you're not putting your hands on me and downgrading me when we have our little fallouts, set all the rules you want, babe. I love a strict man.
Take exit 16 to merge onto Emmett F. Lowry Expressway towards Texas City.
Okay. I heard you the first time. But it's the fact, y'all. Woo! Gotta change it up. Got to change it up. You gotta be teaching
5.8 miles, turn right into the car park.
your kids this because they gotta grow up. And you don't want them falling short the same way. You don't want these young ladies dealing with these young boys that's not at no understanding of life. And you already teaching them early divorce. Why? Because they're not gonna be with these young boys as they grow up. So they're already practicing how to move on. Therefore, whenever they're ready to get married, they ain't gonna know how to pair bond with a man.
So men are upset with me. What's new? Because I said men that are serial cheaters, not men that have had a weak moment because they are weak and they don't have a man that is dedicated to consistently disrespecting the woman he is in a committed relationship with. I said those men are gay. Okay? Then you guys want to say you're homophobic. No. Do not put that on me. Okay? I said gay. Okay. More than okay. We love the gays. Okay? What's not okay? Boo. Is playing with a woman's emotions and health. Doesn't matter if you are cheating with a woman or a man. When you are stepping out on somebody, going behind their back, exchanging bodily fluids with somebody else, multiple people, you are playing with that person's health, okay? So you cannot convince me that you like women when you are with a woman who loves you and is pouring everything into you and you are consistently playing with her emotions and health. And not only that, if you go to the comment section of that video, you will see that many women have said that they have dealt with a serial cheater and that they have found out later down the line that their boyfriend at that time or husband at that time ended up switching sides.
That's what I mean. You gotta be aware of what you are doing and how you are teaching your kids. You ain't gotta say much to be teaching them. It's all about energy. And they go off of what they see. So if they see a mommy doing what she's doing, they're not gonna learn nothing. They're not. There's too many women that hate men, and there's no women that's actually trying to go out there and teach young ladies the opposite. Teach them how to be wives so that they can be a good wife to a husband, so he can see the good qualities in her for who she is. Not just on the outside thinking it's all about the beauty. It's not. You're going to get that devil in that red dress and you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. I promise you that. Men, don't think with your flesh. You got to understand to understand your emotions. I know a lot of women you might be with, they're not at this understanding. They ain't trying to hear you, so you got to lie to them. I get it. But you need to be outright up front from the beginning. You got to be a stand-up man. You got to stand on your 10 toes. You have to. There's no pleasing women anyway, so you might as well be truthful. Then they're going to accept you for who you are. And if they don't, oh, it's all right. Move on. Again, y'all, there's plenty of fishes out there in the sea. Again, women outnumber men. You do the math. So many of y'all women walking around single, by yourself. You're still bitter. You're still in your emotions. You still don't know how the universe works. But you still don't want to listen. Yeah, the devil got you. Only you can save yourself. It starts with self. It always has. And that's what a lot of people got to understand. You are the one with the power. God gave you divine power. And y'all don't know how to use it. But you can't take it to heart, y'all. Because again, if you was taught wrong, you're going to do wrong. But if someone is trying to show you the right way to go, it's got to be in your heart. You got to change that.